Hi, good day, wonderful people. Yeah, my name is Pastor Basi, a nobody, a son of a nobody who has a godfather, which is God the Father. Welcome to Gospel.Gist, where we gist everything gospel and we edify the body of Christ. Without wasting much time, I want to introduce my guest. Before I do that, back then in 2013, he might not even know the story. Let me just break down the story. How I met him was in a studio. There's this popular gospel musician there. We both wanted to feature him. I went there. That was how I met him. And unfortunately, the man was not around. And I have access to his house. So when I waited, I didn't see him. I called him. I think his phone was not ringing. And I'll say, okay, let me go to his house. As I wanted to go to his house, my guest now say, okay, let me also go with you to his house. So that was how we end up going to his house. We went and then we saw him. After everything, the music minister was like, Basi, stop bringing people to my place. That was it. And then since then, we built this relationship, and he has been a good friend, a good brother, and he has been true to his craft. So with clapping of hands, please let's welcome Minister T-PHILZ.
Thank you so much. I appreciate. Thank you for having me. It's been a while. Good
Wow,
to see you after so many years.
It's been.
Thank you so much.
So you are in a hot seat today. Let's dive into it immediately.
Okay.
How has the journey been to you? The journey of gospel music, you staying true to what you believe, and after all these years, now one of your songs is taking over the globe. How has it been? Take us back, the journey.
All right. Thank you once again. I'm delighted to be at your face at this moment, and I would sincerely want to say it's just been God's grace and His mercy, because it's not easy, and no one would tell you it's easy. It's through a lot of processes, a lot of breaking and remolding, a lot of rebuilding, a lot of strengthening, to do the work. And you can't do the work without He who sent you sponsoring and strengthening you.
Yeah.
There has to be a constant release of grace and strength at each process you go through and stage you find yourself. So for me, I'll give it all to the grace of God, strengthening me, and also helping the passion to grow daily, and also acknowledging the fact that it's not just something to do, it's a call. It's a call to serve, and I'm grateful to God for that. So
Okay, talking about being grateful, a lot of people don't know your real name. They don't really know. They know you as T-PHILZ, and a lot of people, so they don't know who the owner of this popular song, Oluwa Dide, Oluwa Odide. A lot of people don't know. So can you tell us your name, your full name, where you're from, and your tribe and all this stuff, and whether you are still single, or whether you are still single, whether you are still in the market, or let our viewers know you, please.
okay, my real names are Theophilus Awetu Thomas. I'm married, blessed with 2 kids.
Yeah. All of una, where did I am somewhere? Make una close on eye.
I'm married, blessed with a beautiful wife, and 2 amazing kids.
Oh, wow.
One thing a lot of people get shocked at is where I'm from. I'm from FCT. I'm Baggy by tribe.
Hey. Wow, it doesn't look like that one come as a bomb.
Yeah, so I'm from FCT, Baggy by tribe.
So how do I greet you, like right now?
Hazeri.
Bolo.
I'm coming. Hazeri, yeah, that's great. Please say something. So that's me. Went to University of Abuja, a graduate of Geography and Environmental Management. Yeah, and fully into music ministry and other things also. I also do fashion alongside, yes.
That's nice.
So, yeah. Okay, that's it basically.
Yes,
yeah, basically.
Okay. I would like to. I know everybody wants to know too. like you said something earlier when he asked you about the journey so far.
Okay.
You said that the journey has been the way it is, the struggles, the coming up, God being faithful. So, what would you say is the hardest season of your journey as a gospel minister?
Okay. The hardest season in my life on the journey was, I started out music as someone who just felt he could play the keyboard. And there was a need for a vocalist, and I stepped in, and that was how I started. No one taught me how to sing, though I think I picked some of it. I know I picked some of them from my
talent.
Yeah, you get so. And from there, I just wanted to sing and terrorize the people around me, because I always saw it as competition. Actually, I grew up in the church, so every competition we went to, my choir, we dusted, became first, and all of that. So the turnaround was when I encountered Jesus, and he told me, he said, this is not a competition. This is not just sing and sing. It's a call upon your life. And that was a U-turn. I'm still trying to understand what he told me. He said, I've called you as a prophetic worship warrior. Yes. So, and I'm still trying to understand what it is he meant by prophetic worship warrior. But however, I've seen him play out greatly in my life. And so that was a turning point. It's easy to just use your talent and do what you want to do. But when God is interested in you as a person, you must go through a process, and that process of breaking and remolding, reshaping, it's the most difficult moment. And if you yield to it, at the end of the day, you'll be glad what he does with you, because he's the potter and we are the clay. So we must yield to that. And when I realized that it was more of a call to a certain generation, I had to stop all of the facade that comes with the gospel, because some of us want to the secular to accept us, and some of us just want to be neutral. You can't sit on the wall. You can't sit on the wall or the fence. It's gospel. You must do it. Yeah. So for me, that was the moment where I started rediscovering the heart of the Father for me as an assignment in the music ministry.
Now, would you say you're enjoying it?
Oh yes, they call it sweet pain. Yeah.
Pain on that pressure.
So yeah, it comes with a sweet pain, but at the end of the day, Jesus is glorified.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you so about being a gospel music minister. You are also into fashion.
Yes.
So how do you marry your spiritual life and your social life? Why am I saying this? Is because there is one thing we know tailors for. Hallelujah. I don't know if somebody is.
Yeah.
At a point I used to do content. There was one video we did. I just reflected back when you said you are into fashion. There's this tailor that does clothes for somebody, and the person gave him some clothes. Okay, I'm going to come and pick this up for a child dedication. And then the person came back. The clothes was not ready. He told the person, he kept on showing him. And then at the end of the day, the child that they wanted to use the child is already in primary one. And then when the man finally came, the man asked him, are you sure this cloth will be ready before rapture? So there's just that, cliche with
fashion
designers and tailors. So how do you now marry being someone who has that spiritual, strong spiritual life?
Let me answer that question so that you just answer one.
Okay. All right.
He just made a very important point. How do you manage your social life and your spiritual life? It is not just the tailor thing he's talking about. It's broader than that.
Yeah, it is.
So, how do you cope? Being a gospel musician and every other thing. See social media, see the internet, see the world these days. You go out and you see different kind of people, your work, you meet with different kind of persons. You understand what I'm saying? Like, how do you balance it?
Okay, let me start with what you said then before I digress into and all of that. The truth is, human being is unique in nature. If you see yourself multitasking, your brain can accept and also help you out. And if you see a limitation, your system accept limitation. So if you notice, for most of the times you've achieved something great is when you go all out, despite the fact you're saying something like a limitation. However, what I am trying to say is, at every point in life, we have to remember that we're first human, all right, then spirit. And you don't just exist in the spirit realm, you exist also as a human being. And the message you carry that God has put in your mouth as a minister to release is not to spirit people. Yes, you're going to meet a lot of people who are possibly not in right stand with you as Christ. Do you understand? So it is very important that you know that your call is not just to your fellows, it's to the world. Go ye into the world. So whatever strategy you must use to identify with them and not be part of them, but identify to deliver your message is very important. So it's not negotiable. You have to look for ways to balance both spiritual and physical in order to enjoy a robust fellowship, not just with God, but with men, because God will use men to do what he wants to do, both spiritually and physically. So for me, I see it as a necessity to find a way to relate with people and the best I can. All right, because I still need these people to either do one thing or the other. Yes, and I'm not so much of a social person. I'm just learning how to be. I used to be this kind of guy that I just love my space, being in, you know.
I think I noticed that when you came in.
Oh yes, I love my space because for me, I'm more productive when I'm in my space. So I'm an idealistic guy. So I'm building and it's coming. So I love that space. Why? Because it keeps me, you know, sharp and all of that. But it's not enough to do what God has called me to do or what my job requires of me. The fashion requires communicating with clients. I can do kabashala, but I expect that whilst I'm here kabashing, do you understand? I will be hungry and I have a family to feed. You know, so back to your question as a fashion designer, let me start by saying I didn't start fashion because I wanted to. I started fashion because my wife saw a need for it. How do I mean? I'm a person who knows good quality fabrics. So I can pick fabrics for you. So somebody just met me and said, can you select fabric for me? Because he saw what I used for my wedding. And I said, okay, no problem. So I selected the fabric. He said, I need a tailor who. So I said, okay. I wasn't a tailor. I didn't even know how to do measurements. You know, so my wife now said, I see you know how to select quality fabrics. I said, yes. I said, how about going into fashion? I said, well, I need to learn. And something hit me in the middle of the night. Learn your measurement, start from there. So I had to call someone to teach me how to make measurements. And from there, I went straight. My first client who I bought fabric for, I took the clothes, looked for a tailor who will make sure he keeps to my timeline, and that was how we started.
I like this because
started off as a consultant.
You know. And after that, he brought two of his friends,
Wow.
and like that, my fashion brand started coming up, and I had to give it the name Ziklan Exclusive. Is on Instagram, Ziklan Exclusive. And whilst I was doing that, I was also learning professionally and all of that. But because of ministry, I'm finding a way to balance between ministry, family, and business. It's not that easy. So what I did is I have a group of persons who work for me, a group of tailors who work for me. So what I do is we plan everything and and all of that. So within 5 days, 5 working days, we'll make sure that all jobs are delivered, except if it's going to exceed 5 working days. We'll tell the clients ahead of time that this job is going to exceed.
So that means there's no need to disappoint them.
No, because I looked into it and I discovered that most fashion designers have that time issue, and people are looking for somebody who will serve them well and meet up with the time according to what they said, and that's my secret anyway.
Wow, that's great. And please, what can you say to young people, young ministers that are coming up? Because I see a lot of ministers whereby they are lazy. Sorry for using that word lazy, but it's the truth. Some are lazy. They don't want to do anything. They don't want to go out and then look for how to I think there's something that Solomon Langes told me one time. He said, Basi, God will give you the grace for you to move from year to year.
Yeah.
Then if you move from year to year, God will now increase the grace for you to move further. So some people, they don't want to do anything. They want to sit down because I have one sweet song somewhere. It doesn't know that these days is beyond having sweet song or having good voice. Understand? So how can you advise them? Because you are working and then you are still a minister. People still invite you for ministration and then they still give you an honorarium. Understand? Whether you like it or not, they still give you. So how can you advise them? What can you say to them that are waiting, for manna to fall from heaven so that they can blow overnight, but they don't want to do anything?
Okay, if you're lazy in working, I would just say something. It's going to show even in your ministry. Yeah, it will show in your ministry that you are lazy, because excellence doesn't have any apologies. You must meet it at a cost, and sometimes the cost is work, more work. So, and the music scene generally, whether gospel or secular, is expensive. Yes, and you must put good money. An average live recording like the one I did last year for just 5 songs in a closed place, I spent almost 2.5 million there. So imagine that you don't have a source of income. People will support, but you can't always go to them.
They will support when they see something.
Do you understand? Even when they see something, you can't always go to people, and they have other things they do also. So it's a privilege that they sow into your ministry even without you cajoling them. So you should have something you fall back on, a system. And one of the things that pains me so much is that most of us these days are refusing to set a system that will help support what we do. Because until the scripture says, nation shall what? And kings, so the brightness of your rising, nation shall come to your light. Before the nations come to your light, you must put something out there. So before kings come, which is the place where the reward is, when kings come to the brightness of your rising, they want to be part of you. Excuse me, go back, get dirty. Nobody is interested in whatever you're doing. Just make sure you're doing something legal to make sure that you're somehow financially okay to an extent. We all have our levels, but something that can sponsor what you're doing if you believe in it. Because if you don't believe in what you are doing, someone else cannot believe in it. So I've had a lot of people call me when I'm doing event programs and I want to record. In fact, someone called me last year when I was preparing for the 2.5 million stuff, and he said, "Oh, you're doing so?" I said, "Yes." And he said, "Okay, send me your account number." And immediately what I saw shook my account. I didn't meet him for it. Do you understand? So you just have to be doing something. Adam was in the garden. The first thing he was doing, it was something before the woman came. So you have to get your hands doing something.
Okay. Now, please, let's leave the questions for now. There are other questions that we want to ask you, please. Okay. Sorry for that. Okay. Because of our time. Yeah, we have some series of questions here, and what you are going to help us to is that you are going to pick them randomly, and any question that you pick, you read it out, and then after reading it out, you answer the question, and then you are going to do it as quick as possible, as fast as possible. So you're going to do that for us. Okay.
These papers look rather plain or empty. This like 2 in 1.
No, it's one.
Okay, one thing that almost stopped you. Wow. Okay, there are several things that would want to stop a man, what God has called you to do. And I must say, at some point I got discouraged because I wasn't seeing the results I expected. So, but at the end of the day, I got to understand that when the lecturer sets an exam and you're writing the exam, the lecturer is silent while you're writing the exam.
That's deep, sir.
So, and usually that's the point we feel like God is silent. He's not silent, he's watching you, not knowing that you have the capacity to exit that place. So he's waiting to see what you would do with what he has taught you or what you've learned, you know. And I got my courage, and he strengthened me and showed me what to do, and I came out of it.
Okay, sir. Okay. Okay, the second one, pick another one.
Let me pick from under here. I hope it's not.
No, okay, it's one. Okay.
I hope it's not a difficult one though.
Okay.
Social media or stay low?
Are you a social media person or?
I'm not a social media person, but in this question, I'll prefer to social media because the easiest way to send your message nationwide or worldwide is a social media. But however, it must be a controlled presence because a lot of things are going on. So you must be selective of your time and all of that. But you need to reach more people. Social media is a goal and all of that.
Yeah.
But controlled.
Okay. It's 5 questions that you're going to answer.
Really?
So let's go.
Yes. If your journey was a song title, what would it be?
I know what did they.
Okay, if my journey was a song title, actually would be Oluwadide because
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it now.
you know, Oluwadide came at a point where I was about to, in fact, it was a moment where I was to decide, leave music ministry, go into, I'm a graduate, so go into real estate and just leave music aside. And it was during COVID. I got married, yes, and my wife had our first child, my daughter, and it was a defining moment for me. So instead of God giving me a direct response to the prayer, he told me, he said, I need you to start prayers with some of your friends during the COVID. So I was like, it doesn't make sense, but I started. It was in the middle of that obedience that Oluwadide came. Yeah, he came, he told me, he said, I want to answer your prayers. This is the song. And he told me, he said, this song is a song I want to use to do wonders in the nations of the earth.
And it has actually been.
Yes, you know.
But
so,
do you vision the song to be this big? Because Oluwadide is very big.
oh yes, I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it because it was in an encounter where in the field we finished praying. I went back home. So I had a dream in the night where an elder, like elders on white, angels rather on white, came and they sat me down and they changed into elders attire because the bright light from them was too. So I sat under a tree and they, just like we're seated, and they started teaching me the song word. Don't forget, I'm not Yoruba.
You're not Yoruba. Yeah.
They started teaching me the song word for word, note for note. After a while, they said, keep singing it, we're going. And they told me specifically, this, God said we should give you a sound that he wants to use in the nations of the earth. So when I was recording the song, I used that song for devotion for 1 year before I officially recorded it. And it took another 1 year before I officially released it. So I didn't want to release it because it's my encounter with God. And this is what it is.
So, I wanted to ask.
No, don't. We still have questions. Yeah, we still have questions. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Okay. So. Loud worship
Remaining one.
or quiet soaking worship. Okay. Both.
Okay.
It depends on what I'm doing. Is it a moment with God,
Yeah.
fellowship with God, or is it a moment with the people and all of that? So it depends. Both works. But usually when I want to spend more time, just hear from God, not pray and disturb God. When I want to hear from God, I prefer it calm and all of that, because hearing from God requires instructions coming from Him, not you giving Him instructions and all of that. So,
Okay. The final question. I pray you. There's the one that I want you to pick. You don't want to pick it.
I know. Choir or solo ministry? The both, because you must have a local assembly where you're part of. I belong to a choir.
Oh.
Yes, I serve in a church. I'm an ordained minister in the church and also part of the choir. It doesn't stop you from doing what God has called you to do. Yeah, so as you go to the nations of the earth to minister, you come back home, sit down, listen to your pastor. The Holy Spirit groom you through your pastor, through the word. And if there's an opportunity for you to minister also with the choir, why not you go ahead? And because I see a lot of music ministers don't want to be grounded. You must be grounded. Yes, people must see. You must be grounded. There is barely major places I would go to that my Father in the Lord is not aware of. Do you understand? So we must bring ourselves to that place where we're accountable. When I got married, I told my wife there are 3 people that you can go to any day, anytime if I misbehave. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And she knows the 3 people. Just pick call. If I see their call, I know that it's like I don't come.
Problem.
Do you understand? Yeah. So
Okay.
it should be the same for music ministers. Okay. Somebody should be able to call you when the person is saying that you're going, hello, you're going the wrong way.
Okay. Your question. You asked this your question at the end.
Okay.
At the end, you ask this your question.
All right.
Okay. There is what we want to do. We want to play a little game.
All right.
The game is called The Moment. The Moment.
All right.
Okay. This moment, what you are going to do for us is, you are going to sing Oluwa Dide. We have our choristers here, the backups. So you are going to sing Oluwa Dide.
Yeah.
Then the ending of the song, the last word of that song, you use it and then start another song. I don't know whether I get it.
I get you.
Then start from there, and then you are going to do that with 4 songs.
Amazing.
Yeah, for 2 minutes.
Next 2 minutes.
All right. Okay, so let me try. I think it's the first time I'm doing something. Oh God of signs and wonders, Savior, Redeemer, come and manifest your power. Dide-o, Dide-o. Oluwa Dide, Oluwa o Dide-o, Dide-o, Dide. Kó wá fi agbára rẹ̀ hàn láyé mi, Olúwa. Fi agbára rẹ̀ hàn láyé mi, Olúwa. Ẹ tóbi, ẹ tóbi o.
Come on.
Ẹ tóbi, Olúwa. Ẹ tóbi, ẹ tóbi o. Ẹ tóbi.
Because they don't sing Yoruba songs. Someone is.
Ẹ tóbi, Olúwa.
The last one, you miss it. Hey.
I'm out. But I tried.
That was great, sir.
Thank you.
That was
Thank
great.
you.
Okay, your final question.
Okay, fine. My final question is that at the end of the race, we are all open to. In fact, we believe that we are going to go home with Jesus, enjoy our lives with Him at the end of the race on earth.
Yeah.
So, what would you want to be your legacy? What legacy do you want to leave behind after all this race? Trying to manage your social life, with your spiritual life, doing the work of God, doing everything just to make sure that you're in line with the will of God for your life. After everything, what do you think is not?
Well, I want to be remembered for a positive influence and impact in the life of not just my family, but my people, as in the people generally. Something happened. My mom works with the hospital. She's in the medical space, and a lot of people she's helped, she don't know them. So one day I was on my way to Mina, Niger State, and this woman saw me. She said, "You look like a woman in so hospital." I said, "Yes, that's my mom." She said, "Kai, that woman did so amazing thing to me, and she refused to collect money. Rather, she paid with her money, and all of that." And this woman counted mints of money and gave to me and said, "Please don't say no. I've been looking for a way to appreciate." So my desire is to plant a tree, whether if I enjoy from it or the people enjoy from it or my children enjoy for it, to be remembered for something tangible, an influence, positive influence, something remarkable that will keep people or generations watching and saying, we miss this person. And that was where my decision to write or receive songs came. I told God, "Lord, you've called me to do this. Give me the message, the sound you want me to." So I don't just sit down to want to write song. I can do that, but most of the times I receive the song because I want it to be a message from his heart to the people.
Finally.
No,
The song come with sound, like the keys, the kind of sound, what I'm saying?
Yeah,
or you just have the lyrics, like the poem, and then
okay, so most of the time with what I've enjoyed, the privilege I've enjoyed is hear like someone singing in my ear and I sing it out, a complete song. And sometimes it could be in my dream, sometimes it could be when I'm praying and I just start singing a tune, like moving a tune, and before you know, the words comes in and all of that.
Okay, let me ask this final question.
Okay.
The question is, it has been it has been out there for a while, so I need to hear from you. I need to hear your own side.
Okay.
Should gospel minister charge for the administration?
I was hoping not to answer this question.
Bang, bang, bang.
But the truth is, a man's talent makes way for him, and the truth is God has given us this talent for the prophet, for the blessing of the saints and the profiting of, because whatever he's given to you, you have to make do of it. Just like he gave us the tree, but somebody had to make chairs for us. Yes, so I'm not saying that you should be money centered. You need these resources. So if you have a system on ground and you are led to do so, please go ahead. But if you are led not to receive or to put a fixed amount of money for, let it be. I've gone to places where most times I don't even talk about money. You understand? And we go there and God days us. There was a particular place I went for and they said they were going to appreciate me with so amount of money. I said, "Oh, fine." We went there and God told me, "Don't take that money." They gave me, I said no. The Holy Spirit said no, don't take it. And I left it. And that was the time I needed resources, actually. I had need. And the next day, man, I can't tell you, times 4 of what they had proposed to give me was what God used. One person said, "You blessed me so much, so I had to look for you and bless you." So it all depends on your walk with God. And I think God works with us differently. So whatever stage or whatever communication or whatever thing it is between you and God, so long as it doesn't bridge your walk with him, carry on.
Okay, so we've come to the conclusion of this episode, and I want to say, please go and then subscribe to our YouTube channel. This episode is going to bless you. I'm so sure of that, because it has blessed us. So subscribe to our YouTube, Gospel.Gist. Just look for it. Even on Facebook, look for it on Instagram, on TikTok. We are all there. Subscribe and see how you can. I'm hoping to hear your comment. I'm hoping to hear your feedbacks and everything. So thank you very much. God bless you. Stay blessed. Oluwa dide.
Everybody.
Oluwa